Hello friends and welcome back. In this lecture we will talk more about the arrays class in Java. Here is the outline. We will talk about filling arrays and printing arrays. Let's get started with filling arrays. As you know, when we create an array and allocate some space inside the memory, the elements of the array take default values. For example, if we create an array of integers, the default value is 0. And if we create an array of strings, the default value is null. So in order to give some values to these elements, we can use a loop, and also we can use the fill method of the arrays class. This is one definition of this method. It takes the array and the value that we want to fill the array with. And using this definition, we will fill the whole array. Have a look at this example. I have an array of integers that is called numbers1. And I allocated 8 integers in the memory. So the array will be like this. We have 8 integers that are all equal to 0. So now let's use the fill method to fill this array. Have a look over here. I'm calling the fill method of the arrays class. As the first parameter, I'm passing the array and the second parameter is 3. So now the array will look like this. All the elements will be equal to 3. Alright? Now let's see another definition. The first parameter will be the array, and then we will give a from index and a to index. And finally the value. So using this definition, we will fill the array with this value starting from the from index until the to index minus 1. So let's have a look at this example. We have an array of integers that is called numbers2, and we allocated 8 integers in the memory. So initially all the integers are equal to 0. And after that we are using the fill method. We want to fill numbers2 starting from the index 3 up until the index 6, which is 7 minus 1. And the value that we want to fill is the number 5. So now the array will look like this. This position over here is index 3 and this position is index 6. And as you can see, these elements are equal to 5. And as you can see, the first 3 elements and the last element are still 0. And of course, if you want to fill the last element, we will put 8 over here because the index of the last element is 7. Now let's talk about filling an array of objects. So suppose that we have an array of strings that is called strings, and we allocated 3 strings in the memory. So initially all these strings will be null, alright? Now we are using the fill method. We are filling this array with a string hello. So we are going to assign the address of this string to all the elements in the array. So all the elements will be pointing to this string over here. So the array will look like this. All the elements are now pointing to hello. And if you want to imagine this array, it will be like this. We have 3 elements, and all these elements contain the address of the string hello. So all the elements are pointing to this string over here, okay? Let's see another example. Suppose that we have an array of points and we allocated 3 points in the memory. So initially all these points will be null. After that, I'm using the fill method. I'm filling the array of points starting from the index 0 until the index 1, which is 2 minus 1. So I'm filling the first 2 elements with a new point with x equal 1 and y equal 2. So what's going to happen? We will create a new point with x equal 1 and y equal 2, and we will assign the address of this point to the first 2 elements of this array. So the first element and the second element will reference the same point that we created over here. And the last element will remain null because we didn't fill it, alright? If you want to imagine this array, it will be like this. The first 2 elements contain the address of this point, and the third element is null, so it doesn't point to anything. Now let's talk about printing arrays. The arrays class has a method that is called toString, which returns a string representation for an array. So suppose that I use the println method, and after that I'm using the arrays class and I'm calling the toString method and I'm passing the strings array. So the toString method will return a string representation for the strings array. And this over here will be the output. We will see a pair of brackets, and in between we have 3 elements. And in this case, the content of the string will be printed. So as you can see, hello and hello and hello. Keep in mind that this hello is the same. It is the same object in the memory, because all these elements are referencing the same string, which is hello. Let's see another example. I'm calling the toString method and I'm passing the points array. In this case, this will be printed. Don't worry about this representation over here. What's important is that the first element is a point with x equal 1 and y equal 2, and also the same goes for the second element. And the final element is null, okay? And remember that this point is the same as this point over here. They are the same object in the memory. Now suppose that we create another array. It is an array of integers and it is called numbers, and it is equal to this array over here. After that, I'm printing arrays.toString and I'm passing this numbers array. So this will be the output. So as you can see, it is easy to print arrays using this toString method. We don't need to use a loop. So this is it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.